Well, guys, looks like the cups are returning. We're getting the Team of the Season Cup, apparently, in the next few days here. Similar to the Maldini and the Mycon, we do know the final reward, actually, and what the card's going to be. And that kind of caused some controversy, as like all content is right now. And, you know, we'll talk about everything. And if you've been keeping up with the videos, you probably know who that player leaked is. But we'll discuss that. We've got a pretty big icon upgrade improvement, apparently, coming like today. I'm assuming it refreshes today, right? Sundays. So we'll look at that and other random pieces of news and stuff. And thank you all for joining and being here. If you leave a comment on this video, by the way, I will read it on my second channel. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. So ask anything and it will be answered. Now, also, if you guys watched, I think it was last video we talked about this, AC dropped like a bomb emoji with the evolution emoji, right? So we all assumed, okay, maybe the next 300k Evo is on the way, right? Or something like that. Turns out, no, it was this one. The 50k Evo was apparently worthy of those bomb emojis, and the dribbling is max 89 on this evolution, guys. Somehow that's worthy of the 6 bomb emojis that we got. So don't look forward to any new Evos that we didn't, you know, see, because maybe we haven't seen an insane one yet, even though the one today was pretty damn good. Don't look forward to a different one because we're not getting one. Now, also, what's crazy is that I don't know what EA even do at this point because the power curve is so fucked. It's beyond like messed up at this point. Dropping an insane evolution, what does that even look like nowadays? If it's a 500k Evo, what does it even do? It's going to be close to 99's everything. To be substantially worth a 500k Evo with how cheap the market is, what do they do now? I mean, this Bundesliga Team of the Season has, I mean, we already knew this, but this really has confirmed to me that the power curve is, I mean, it's done for this year. They royally fucked it this year, honestly. And that's also one of the reasons that Team of the Season right now isn't that interesting, is because of the power curve stuff, and we know that. But it was all a band-aid to fix the January situation where they were in deep shit because they didn't give a shit about the game from November and December, and onwards from there into parts of January. They didn't even try, and then they were like, okay, we got to band-aid this quickly, and we ended up with that crazy evolution for Team of the Year, 82 by 20s, and now we're here, and nobody seems to really care that much about what cards are dropping. Now, there's some good stuff in here, right? Frimpong is pretty damn good, Ricken's pretty damn good, Stanway, Openda, they're better SBCs than what we saw during Prem, so I do want to give EA the credit in that sense. But I mean, is this stuff still right now interesting to you? I mean, this Bundesliga Rush Flash objective, right? Just a nice little 92 fodder card to go out and get, but that's kind of what everything is right now. It's just fodder cards to hopefully build up enough to when a crazy card comes out. What will a crazy card even look like right now? It's going to be a 4 playstyle plus card that is like undeniably insane to a point where it's like that there's no way the card can even be almost upgraded all year. Like, I don't even know what an insane card looks like right now. Harry Kane's kind of what we've got in terms of the best Bundesliga TOTS card right now, right? 4 undeniable playstyle pluses. I mean, first touch isn't maybe undeniable, but this card is nuts. And just think about it, probably has to be close to this, and it's 5 mil on the market. I don't know what EA does here, and it's their fault, so I'm not trying to be like sympathetic towards them. They did this, but also I don't know what they do. I don't know how they release SBCs right now that are undeniably crazy, and this is why I think we haven't seen this yet, because they are well aware that if they drop, say, a Ruud Gullit level SBC, like equivalent to what Ruud Gullit was at that time he came out, that card is basically not going to be upgraded for the rest of the year. Like, you don't need to. If he has 4 undeniable playstyle pluses and crazy stats, I mean, what, Futties comes in as 5 playstyle pluses with similar stats, you don't need to upgrade that card. I think that might be why EA actually are not doing that, because they're dropping cards right now that are better than Prem, but they won't go the full distance, right? They're not going to go fully into that Gullit territory, because if they do that, well, it's kind of, I mean, you're kind of fucked in that position the rest of the year. There's no point in upgrading that card. So that's just my theory, because right now I think they know they messed up, and they're trying to, I guess, maybe think of a way to keep people on the game right now during these next few weeks here, but they're not dropping big SBCs or crazy player SBCs. And I think it's simply because they put themselves between a rock and a hard place. Just simple as that. And they still don't want to go out and just say, okay, screw it, we messed up this year, let's just drop crazy stuff. They still want to kind of hold off a bit there, which is why people are just not caring as much right now. But okay, the Javi Simons card that we knew was going to be an SBC or an objective, I actually said in my last video, I'm like, it's not going to be an objective, except no, it is confirmed to be an objective, so nice one. It's going to be in the cup. So people are assuming this is going to be the final reward card in the cup. Now, this card is very, very good. Incisive, finesse, low driven, really a nice card here. But is it on the same level as a Mycon or a Maldini? you know, I would probably say no. There is a chance that maybe this actually isn't the last reward, and this is maybe a 20-win reward instead of like the 30-win reward, and that's just hypothetical numbers there, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's not the last reward, and AC, when we were asking this question, or when people were asking this question, sorry, Unique Rigger says 10 wins and champs. He says just a cup, and didn't elaborate on that, so I'm gonna assume we get the TOTS Cup, right? Because I don't know how a card to that level would be in any objective, in any cup, really. It probably wouldn't be. The Premier League Cup had Jordan Mateta in it with Bruiser Plus and Power Shot. Like, that's nowhere near this Xavi Simons card. But yeah, I mean, even if this is like the 25-win card, it's golden goal again. The packs are always great in this. That I always want to give EA their credit for, because this is a more unique idea this year, and this has been one of the more popular things in this game, I think, during the course of this year. Some people have not been a huge fan of it, but you can at least, even if you only win 10 of 40 games, hypothetically, you still get some pretty good rewards from this. It was golden goal last time, fast games, just something else to do, and it's actually worth your time. So most people, I think, have actually enjoyed this. At the same time, what do you think of this being one of the final cards, right? I thought we might see one of these per league, and we just haven't, because I don't know why. Maybe they will start doing that one per league, and Xavi Simons is that card there. And then next week for Serie A, we see something similar to that. But okay, Xavi Simons is going to be in the cup, apparently, and the cup's on the way, and we'll talk about what you might want to buy here in a little bit. And also with this cup, we actually could see another card in here that we haven't talked about yet. This Granit Xhaka card actually looks pretty damn good. Only 88 dribbling, but he does have intercept, anticipate, and long ball. Nice playstyle, some really good stats there. And that card we have not seen yet, obviously. Same with this Gulashi down here. We saw Openda today. We saw Rickon already, and the other cards, Seshko, we haven't seen yet. So some of these guys could be in that objective as well. But there are some cards down here we didn't see in 2 days ago's video, like Bischoff and Yami, right? A few cards in there we haven't really seen. And when you see all of this, you can see where EA's problem is, because this Georgia Stanway comes out, right? This looks like a fantastic card. Incisive, long ball, anticipate, all 90s. Like, it's hard to get a lot better than that, and yet people are still like, where's the Hullet tier SBC? Like, if you make a Hullet tier SBC compared to that Stanway card, you're never upgrading that card the rest of the year, and EA don't want that. So now that's how we've ended up here, right? But then the problem is you're bored because your team looks like Stanways, and the biggest SBC or the big cup player is Xavi Simons, who looks like your attackers. So you end up with that problem. That's where EA fucked up. Then we got this leak next here, Bomb SBC, which at this point, when I see bombs anymore, I can't get excited, because that evolution was not worthy of the bombs, honestly. Mohaps5 says that, and it's quote tweeted by Fut Yapper, who says, big upgrade on the Icon Casino SBC, which if it's worthy of bombs, you would assume it has to be a giant upgrade. What's a 1 of 3, 94 plus? I mean, bombs for an Icon Casino SBC? We really are desperate for, I think, anything at this point. But we don't have Immortals icons yet in the pool, so that might come in, plus maybe a ratings increase that's substantial, because those icon picks are not very good right now. Yes, you can get the top end icons are going to be pretty good, or very good, obviously, but in previous years they've been better, and right now it's not that interesting. Once again, of course, this is all just my opinion on stuff, but I do think a big upgrade to the Icon SBC kind of is needed, because if you're going to keep releasing it and making it interesting, you're going to have to upgrade it pretty substantially. So that should be something that we see coming out today, and we'll see if it's worthy of 3 bomb emojis. That will be we'll see. Also, next week for team of the season here, we actually do have a new league that we've never seen before. We've got Serie A plus the NWSL. That's kind of normal from the last couple of years. And then this one here is the rest of Europe. So that'll be just random miscellaneous leagues we haven't really seen get TOTS cards yet. That's interesting. No Portuguese league cards though, because those ones are coming in later, but wanted to throw that out there quickly. And also, it is pretty crazy that Marmouche did not make team of the season. And for Frankfurt, 20 goals, 13 assists. Man City, 7 goals, 1 assist. No TOTS, highlights, or even an honorable mention. And it's hard because you can't give him a Frankfurt card. You're not going to give him a card during the Bundesliga team of the season. They would have already had to at this point, but it is pretty crazy that Marmouche managed to not get a card despite 27 goals and 14 assists. I think it's more so unlucky than anything, but people were pretty upset that Marmouche, like, we went team of the season and there's no Marmouche card. And then also we got some more unfortunate news that player of the month cards are done. So we are not going to be seeing a player of the month McAllister, who did win it for the Premier League this month, or for the month of April, sorry. No McAllister. There's a couple other winners announced too, and they are all not getting SPCs. I mean, you guys know my opinion on this. You have like 2 months of the season left. Why not just finish out the season of the player of the month cards and give them cool cards? Why end it now? I mean, it makes no sense. If anybody knows any reason as to why they would end this now, then let us know. But they've done this for years now. It's like we reach May and they're like, fuck it, we're done. So hopefully you enjoyed these while they lasted. You won't see one until FC 26. Sometimes I think we are allergic to fun. Now, also the debate, obviously, the last few days has been, what's the problem right now? YouTubers talking about it. We've got people on Reddit reminiscing, looking at this team right here, FIFA 23, where there's no playstyle pluses and cards, just like the stats are good, they're good. Of course, we could be looking at things with rose-tinted glasses here, but the first thing I noticed right away, let me know if you noticed this too, is like not looking at playstyles right away is pretty awesome. You're kind of like, damn, the stats are good, they're good, and I like the guy, I like the card, the stats are good, they're in my team, that's it. And we had 1 year of this new chemistry system, right, without playstyles, and I think the chemistry system actually is low-key an improvement to me. I like having the idea of a right back and a striker linking. I think you kind of need that. There are some downsides to it, but in general, that's one of the changes I think EA's made that I like personally. But playstyles, I think we're all at that point now. We're just tired of playstyles and tired of roles, obviously, too, but that's just only been in the game for a year. They're not going to change that yet. And I don't think they'll ever change playstyles either, honestly, at this point, but it is just awesome to see like cards existing without playstyles. I just enjoyed that for some reason. And let me know if that really is just looking at things in a much nicer lens than what we thought at the time. Sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone. And looking at these cards here, just me personally, I'm like, damn, I miss no playstyles. I actually kind of missed that. And I tweeted this out too. I think it was yesterday. Nepentez's tweet was kind of doing the rounds, 250,000 views. People were wondering like, what the fuck is going on? I made a video on why FC 25 is dead or the franchise or whatever. It'll be live reasonably soon. But as I was talking through it, I just came to the realization that it's just not fun. Almost all of my fondest gaming memories are on PUBG, Diablo, Fortnite, F1, Pro Clubs. For how long I've played FUT and for what it used to represent for me, FUT really just isn't fun at the moment. And that is the biggest part to me, actually. I've had fun on Ultimate Team before, and a lot of time it is with my friends, and it's been a long time since I look back and I'm like, damn, that was a really fun year. I actually think FIFA 23 kind of was that for me. I liked FIFA 23 a lot. And I replied and I was like, everyone talks about it being an age thing, and almost everyone is having fun playing some type of game right now. If you're a gamer, I can almost guarantee you're having fun playing some type of game right now, whatever it is. It could be literally anything, but you're enjoying something. So does that not prove that it's not just an age thing, right? I think to me, they've slowly stripped away fun in exchange for making the most addictive game possible. That's it. I don't think it's age at all. Now, obviously, when I say that's it is more complicated than just they made it addicting, but the fun aspect they've overlooked a lot over the last few years. They don't really care because they've been so focused on the money mindset, which is what they've always been, of course. But just these decisions I think that they've made over the last few years have been too much on that other side, where now people realize are slowly here, wait, why am I not having fun anymore? I'm doing this as like a chore more than anything almost at this point, because it did used to be fun for me, and that's why I enjoyed hopping on every day. And maybe I still find joy in it once in a while, but it's not to the same level that it used to be because EA don't almost want it to be that way. They don't make the game in the same way they did even in like 18 and 19. And I would even say 20 and 21 as well. I think that they made the game addicting then too, but it wasn't to the same level. Maybe they just weren't as good at making it as addictive. But they just, the fun is not a thing anymore. You have to make your own fun. Otherwise you are playing this game as a chore, and that's it. And that's a shame. And listen, I think that to a certain extent, you got to make your own fun in any game you play. So maybe it's not that much different. But to me, they're just doing a shit job, and that's why you're falling out of love with it. It's not because you're getting older. I mean, how old was Nepenthez when he was playing this game in FIFA 19 and having fun? He was probably, what, in his early 30s, if I had to guess? Like, what is 34 the cutoff point for fun versus too old? Like, no, that's bullshit, obviously. The game isn't very good. But okay, on to the market now. We got the Team of the Season Cup on the way. There is a couple things to think about. There's one thing that if this is a league-specific thing, there's a chance that Bundesliga players are all you can use in there, and maybe I'd go buy some. Or maybe it's like you have to use 6 Bundesliga players or something like that. So you could look at that maybe and consider that into some of these possible scenarios that pop up, or just look at lower rated cards, right? Look at the 89s, the 90s. Like, for example, this Mateus, right? Look at him, because if the cup comes out, it's an 89 rated team or an 88 rated team. Cards like him would be super great for chemistry and just their slightly lower ratedness, if that's a word. I'm just looking at trending players here, but for example, an 89 Yapstam, just looking at some of these cards that are lower rated, I would go and take a look at. It's not as big of a deal as maybe a Maldini or Mycon Cup, considering the reward I don't think is quite as good. I will say that if Xavi Simons is not the last reward and it's somebody that we haven't had leaked yet, maybe, then that could change. But if it is Xavi Simons being the reward, just go and just take a tentative look at some of these cards. I don't think they're going to go up crazy in price. Well, honestly, the packs might be good, and that might actually be more of an incentive than any player to actually play the cups. Maybe they will do fine in price. But just tentatively look at what you got in your club right now and look at those lower rated guys. See what kind of cup team you could maybe get. And if you're missing some holes and something like that, go and buy them now. You might as well, because they're only going to go up. They're not going to go down. But yeah, that's all I kind of got to say about TOTS Cup fodder. Not even going to look at, not even going to bother with it. Okay, let's read your comments now. And Doc and Rum has a fantastic comment and point. point he makes, and this is the problem with FC25 right now. I don't think I'll use Ribery much, but he's better than anything I'd get out of a 90x4. This is the conundrum of FC25. Yeah, I mean, of course, you could take the 90x4 and wait for EA to drop an SBC that ends up being, you know, god tier, but we haven't seen those in weeks now. Also because of the other conundrum we talked about, where I don't think EA can go godlike because it's going to fuck with futties like the next months. And I think, honestly, they could turn this into a really cool thing to me because they could just go nuts. If they want to just, they could pick the next 3 months or 4 months, however long we got left. Yeah, like 4 months. Just go insane. I don't care. At this point, we all know this shit is chalked. Just go fucking crazy with it. You can kind of have fun with it because it's like the 1 year you can go just all out, go balls to the wall, go crazy. People are now understanding of like, we don't even care anymore. We don't mind if you do that. I feel like they actually have an opportunity to make the most of this and kind of make, like, turn it into something that's kind of fun. But I don't even know if they have the ability to do that, for one, or if they even think that that's a good idea, obviously. But I actually think there could be some silver linings to this in terms of if they decided to like take this and run with it, knowing they fucked up. But right now they're not doing that. They're just letting the game basically rot in a permanent state of bleh. It's okay. Like permanent state of okay. And no one's gonna care then. And then Neil here says, am I the only one sick of seeing paid evos? Like, what the fuck, EA, haven't you bled enough money out of the community? This is one of those things that, you know, we used to talk about a lot on the channel if you've been here for a while. I brought up the paid evos like every day during the January, February times when we're starting to see paid evos every day. And I was like, people are just gonna accept this eventually, right? And it's still better than a lot of the microtransactions that exist in the game. So it's not gambling. So it's still in one hand better. But we're just gonna start to accept paid evos. And now we've basically just accepted paid evos. And it's not like we can't get evos that are worthy of being paid. I think that there definitely are some evos that are worthy of being paid. But are all of them worthy? I mean, we have like 2 or 3 free ones right now and 8 or 9 paid ones. I mean, is that really the balance that is going to be here? And it's going to get worse, I'm sure, as time goes on. And Pierce was talking about here, like, he thinks EA are ready to ditch this game, which I think is exactly right, because the way this content's going, they're trying to basically stall as much as they can to just go into next year. They're done. I think once it reached about February into early March, when things were, the numbers were looking better, but they also were probably aware when they're planning content out for June, this kind of time, or May, sorry, May into June, I would say. They probably became aware of this problem and went, yeah, they're probably not going to like this. Like, they're probably not going to like TOTS content, but we kind of have to do this because we ruined the power curve. So we're out of luck. We're shit out of luck, and we won't make this mistake next year. So fuck it. Let's start working and let's get there, because there is no damn way to me this content, they sat back and thought this is a killer team of the season. I think they are well aware. Most of the time they are well aware whether their content is good or not, but they feel like they have to make it good or not based on like psychological manipulation possibly, and also just the natural sort of rise of the game itself. Like, you have to stall it a little bit, which is understandable. You can't have insane content every single day. But when we get to team of the season, the biggest promo of the year besides team of the year, and it's not good, you end up here where you're just like, what the fuck what are we doing? What are we all doing here? But yeah, once again, leave a comment down below if you want me to read it, and thank y'all for joining and being here today. I appreciate you all so much. Love y'all. Peace.